that had lied there for days, dead. The only thing I could say about Hackney is, whenever I leave it and go somewhere else, which I rarely travel because I get lost, but as you come back into Hackney, it's like this big cloud, black cloud comes across you. It's a very disappointing place to come back to. You go somewhere else, you go across to West London or whatever, it's a different world. And even the people look different. Even their attitude is different. It seems as if there's like a big doom and gloom in this whole area. I don't know, the East End, I always, when I was young and you heard about the East End, and I say I'd never been here till I was nearly 40 years old. It's not what I expected. You had this happy, great attitude. We had this E-Day thing lately, and on the television you could see all these celebrations in the East End. Celebrations? Walk the street and get mugged.
What we've found to date is that the actual vibration is equivalent to a bus going down a rut. It's that type of vibration. It's very minimal.
All I was going to ask is, for the demolition chappie, what are your hours?
The hours are 8 till 6, Monday to Friday. And that is, we'll class that as noisy work.
You're talking about 15 weeks of noise, dust, and do we get a reduction? Do we get a reduction in our council tax? Or the rent?
We still go to these meetings, just to show our face.
But the tower blocks didn't do anybody any favours. Dare I say it, the number of people that sort of committed suicide from the blocks behind us is tragic.
We found it very, very difficult to police tower block. It's virtually impossible to police it.
We could come to a burglary that's happening here. The stuff never ever come out the block. But, you know, you could go up there and 2 or 3 doors are done and there's televisions and God knows what missing, but the stuff never left the block. It just went into another flat. You can't check 126 flats for that property. Since they've emptied them, the crime rate on the estate's gone down. A hell of a lot.
It's like a ghost town now.
They've blown down now quite a few tower blocks in Hackney. But I think our 2 tower blocks, as we call them, will be obviously the best for us.
It is due to the people. It is the backup of the whole lot of tenants. Plus, a lot of good officers in the council, I must say that. It was a bit hard at first. They just didn't have the money. They've got a lot of bad old estates in Hackney. You just repair a little bit, then something else goes. So, fortunately, we were put into the estate action bid, and we got the bid. And we did all work hard on that once we knew that there was a chance of getting the bid. And we became colleagues. But now the DOE, they've letting us have this money. They're pulling the strings, and we've got to have what they say. At one time, at the beginning, they wanted to keep 1 tower block up. They were going to say they were going to take 1 down and not the other one. And then they wanted 13 blocks to be kept up of the low rise. And we said that was far too many. But the government won't let the council build new properties. So there's 7.5 blocks remaining in council hands. Otherwise, we lose the social housing of council tenants completely off of this estate. So we haven't got all what we wanted. We said we was going to go for gold and nothing else. We was going to go, that's it. If you can't do the lot, don't bother. But we've compromised, and I think we've talked as a committee, and we said that we'll settle for bronze.
Hello?
Hello, Joe?
Is that you, Joan?
Oh, this is Joe Mansfield, yeah.
Oh, great.
How are you?
Oh, I'm all right, Pet.
I'm just ringing to let you know we've had some very good news.
The tower blocks finally are coming down in July.
What? I heard a rumour the towers are coming down.
Definitely, we wouldn't accept one down at all. So we're very happy about that, very happy.
And that's great.
At one time we was having problems and we didn't think we were going to get it, but I mean, as you say, we wanted complete demolition, didn't we?
I know, love.
Anyway.
We stuck out and we stuck out, and we've got our own way now, and the
tower blocks are definitely coming down on the 23rd of July.
Oh, fantastic.
Hopefully you'll be able to come down, Joe.
Oh, thanks for the invitation.
But I think you've got the right to be there, Joe, you know.
Well, you've made my day, Joan. Thanks a great deal for the invitation. I will come. I will be there.
I'm glad that it's
the 2 tower blocks are coming down, but they were only going to knock down one of them. Now, this is only a PR exercise to make someone look good. Is it Heseltine they're trying to make look good? They've gone corrupt. And that's something. The Tories. What do you think of the Tories? As they could do. I love that. Tarzan was on the estate. Heseltine. That drip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight, we'll be finding out why estates like Kingsholt have declined so alarmingly and asking what, if anything, can be done to rescue them. We've also taken Environment Secretary Michael Heseltine to the estate to see for himself the conditions tenants have to endure.
I want the government, you people, to get off your bloody backsides and come out here and see how these people live and do something.
I'm here.
That's
right.
Mark, look at the cosmetic exercise that's gone on about it.
Yeah.
Now, will you be able to help us?
I will go back and I will think about what you've shown me.
His words to us was, and we always said that we'd listen to those, he said, you want quality and not quantity. And we, you know, listened to every word he said. And we thought that was going to be fine and plain sailing, but I can assure you it wasn't.
They haven't got the confidence, Joe, in the committee because there is absolutely nothing happening on this estate.
All of a sudden, there was an AGM and I was ousted.
So what are you walking out for? This
I
happens every time.
now. I was bitterly disappointed. I was going through one of the most major campaigns to get an estate knocked down or refurbished in some way.
Now, what we say is this: decant them people tomorrow. Get them out of there.
Although I resigned, Dean, one night, this one night, I just got to clear my sheet and then get out. I feel as if I want to go back and take over, you know. And believe me, look after the tenants of Hackney, not yourselves. And I'm going to take them back. As I keep on repeating, my old grandfather said years and years ago, if you shout loud enough, you'll be heard first. And I thought, instead of sending all these letters to Hackney Council, is to go down there and shout at them. And it's proved a point. The tower blocks are being demolished. I feel very happy. But I'll only stay there for the big bang and get out as quick as possible.
So just finishing off all the last piece of the pre-weekend.
What about the charging then? Is that going to be finished?
Charging will be finished between 5 and 6.
I mean, I would personally like to knock the tower block down piece by piece. I would like to hang glide off the bloody roof of that place as it's blown up. I mean, that is what I think of the Kingsholt estate.
You'd even volunteer to push the plunger, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, I would.
I really question how much of a jamboree we actually want to make this event.
That's the predicted debris pile in front elevation and cross section.
They can knock it to bits, they can do what they can, they can package it. They're sending us these letters, do you want to come and see the plans, Mr. Whitley? This is what we're going to build, 500 and something new homes. 500? Well, couldn't they make it just 400? Couldn't they give us a little bit more space? That's all.
I think it's the density and all that worries me.
Yeah,
We're going to have 8 blocks refurbished for council tenants. Half of the estate's going to the housing association. And then there'll be private houses on there as well, and also shared ownership. We decided to buy this 4 years ago. I mean, for 22 years we were council tenants. And then we had the right to buy, and we did. And now, all this has happened, I don't know where my future will be. These flats.
Right. These little muses with these little play areas. I do wish you would stop calling them muses because they're not muses. That is a posh name for what they're giving us here. This is squares.
Beginning of '96, they will come in to demolish this whole block. It's going to be pulled down. And so at the end of next year, this will not be here. my home won't be here.